What's going on, everybody? This is Scott. I know I haven't posted a video in a long time, and I don't even know if I'm really going to post this. This is, I guess, more so for me. I am abandoning this world. This is something that I worked on while on Linux's LP server, and well, to be honest, I just, nobody's on here anymore, so I don't see the point of continuing to play on a server that nobody's on. So I don't know potentially why I started the video in an area that I completely and utterly raped, but as you can see, I had no issues as far as getting resources. I destroyed an entire mountain. This thing was up to like a 115th level, and I just completely destroyed it. Why? Because I can. That's about as simple as that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and fly over to my main base. And like I said, this is probably more so for me to remember. I had so many plans to do things up here. I wanted to make this into a garden. I wanted to level all this out, which I kind of worked on, and then just stopped giving a damn about it at some point. But like, I totally wanted to flatten this area out, make a nice little upstairs, and then, you would go in here, drop down here, and then, from here you'd be able to go into the base. I had a huge oil area that I mined up here, and that's why this is here. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take the staircase all the way down, and this is where the magic happens. And no, I'm not talking about baby making. I'm talking about my cluster mess of a base. It really is a mess. I mean, keep in mind, this is the first time that I've even played Feed the Beast. And by the way, this is on the mindcrack pack on 1.4.7. I'll show you all this later on. So this is it. This is the main floor where, like I said, all the magic happens. This portal leads over to DJ's base. I got my coal coke ovens, turn coal into coal coke, sniff sniff. Sulfur torches, because I can. I had rubber trees more as columns, but also I was kind of using them to throw stuff in here. Got some dark iron, some blue alloy, which I never freaking used. Tons of sulfur, never really needed. This amber crap is completely useless. I don't know, cosmetically, I guess you can make blocks out of it. I never really found a purpose for it. And quicksilver, I know you can make mercury cells out of it, but I primarily was using it for freaking Thaumcraft. I got my uranium, which I always wanted to make a freaking nuclear factory or whatever the heck it is, and I totally just didn't get the chance. Never got the chance. That's coal, by the way, and I got another full stack of it over there, and that's coal coke. I didn't make that much. It just didn't get that far. But yeah, so I got my blast furnace here hooked up with a nice little hopper to keep things going. I primarily have been using calcium cells, or calcite cells, whatever the heck they are, and turning iron ore directly into refined iron, and that's been beautiful. There's an MFE that's plugged in under it with a wire that's going into my massive library, or labyrinth of crap. My electrolyzer, which I primarily use just to turn resources into other crap. This used to be full of cobble. I eventually made one of those interdimensional barrels, and now it's got mob drops over here. Furnaces, macerator, compressor, recycler, which I used a lot actually. Can, extractor, assembly machine. That's right, I can actually name some of these without looking at them. Industrial centrifuge, and this is the plate bender. So yeah, that's stuff I worked on, and this is all being powered by an MFE behind all this, which is using an LV transformer, so that way nothing goes kablooey, because I found out the hard way that MV and LV do not work together nicely. Oh, and by the way, I know you're looking at all this glass fiber going, oh my god, what a waste. It's like, dude, I'm freaking lazy. I don't want to have to deal with distances and all this crap. And when I started realizing that I can make diamonds out of coal, I just freaking went nuts. That's charcoal, and that's kind of Oh, yeah, by the way, this, yeah. Advanced diamond drill with silk touch. It's godlike, alright? It is the greatest thing known to man. If you can make one, do it. But yeah, you'll see the farm that this is attached to later on. It puts the wood into these electric furnaces, which is powered by this back box, which is powered by these generators. And then that's basically supplying power to the back box, supplying power to the electric furnace. And then these batteries are simply as a backup. Because early on, when I first started this thing, it was actually having a real hard time transferring charcoal all the way through. Now, I'm overloaded with the stuff, and this thing just kind of works on its own, so I don't really have to worry about it so much. But yeah, so that connects to this MFE, which then connects to this MFE, which then connects to the MFEs that are behind the industrial electrolyzer and the MFE that's under here. So yeah, it works really nice, actually. I rarely ever had to deal with any BS, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that came out. So yeah, power to the people, right on. So then I got a little I gotta get a golem for that crap. Well, I'm abandoning this area, so it doesn't matter. Well, hey, since, you know, doing that. This was my quarry. I had this thing kind of separate items into 2 diamond chests, which, in hindsight, not a great idea, because for some reason this thing decides to split the items between the 2 chests evenly. So like, instead of getting like 64 iron ore in here and maybe like 64 copper, no, I get 32 freaking iron in this one and then 32 iron in the other one. It's like, oh god, why is it working this way? It just wants to work that way. So yeah, diamonds, bronze, titanium, I couldn't remember that one for a second there. Steel, brass, I believe that is aluminium. There you go. I had total plans to work on a pneumatic tube section for this area, and it just got lazy. Invar, refined iron, tin, copper, lead, electrum, zinc, gold, silver, I don't remember what that is. Nickel, there we go. And platinum. And then I destroyed a freaking volcano, so I got way more basalt than I needed, but you know, what are you gonna do? And yeah, marble, same thing. Hardened glass, freaking obsidian. Never really got brave with the nether, so I didn't get that much of the glowstone dust. Gems out the wazoo. This actually came from J Min Man, who had a blaze rod farm, and I stole some stuff. Not really stole it, because he had a farm, so it's not like he was gonna miss this stuff. He can generate it right back. This same thing, really. Yeah, and that's the netherrack that I took, the soul sand that I took. No, I didn't take that from J Min Man. I actually got that from the nether. And then this is, as you could tell from my base, this stuff has been primarily the highlight of my base. I mean, Zycraft, I gotta say, is probably my favorite mod out of the entire mindcrack pack. Not necessarily because it's the most technical, but because visually it's like disco rave. It's just awesome. Yeah. So thank you, Zycraft. Your mod is awesome. I freaking loved it. Alright, so over here we got the MJ machines. I got the 2 furnaces with the funnels of doom, and then I got the pulverizer. And this thing is underrated, dude. Like, I don't know why people don't use the pulverizer more than the macerator. I think it's because the macerator, if you get like redstone ore or lapis ore blocks instead of the actual lapis and redstone, it gives you more than the pulverizer does. But I mean, this thing like freaking gives you extra stuff that you might not ordinarily get. Like, where is it? Yeah, here you go. So like with iron, you can actually get nickel dust, which you can then in turn use to make Invar. So like right there, that would be 1 Invar blend, or 3 Invar blend right there. You know, just from grinding that. So you don't even have to find Furious ore, or Furious, whatever, however you pronounce it. But yeah, I mean, you get gold out of freaking copper. I mean, why don't people talk about this more? All these LPs, they're like, oh, macerator, macerator. No, dude, pulverizer. Tell your friends. It's freaking genius. It's awesome. And yeah, and then you got all this junk here and this little alloy furnace which is hiding back here. This thing has been a godsend, the anvil. Definitely happy about that. So I'm going to warn you, before we go back here, I'm going to explain that this machine recently died, and it's actually kind of the reason why I'm just saying, you know what, I'm not really on the server enough anymore to bother with it, so whatever. But yeah, basically, I had let me actually start from the beginning here. I had a steam boiler over here, which was using biofuel to then in turn cook it into steam, which is then in turn powering this turbine, which is in turn going to this MFSU, which, as you guessed it, in turn is piped all the way up, all the way over to that MFE array that I was showing you guys earlier. So this thing was like a backup, and as you can see, it really didn't get tapped much. But of course, I have transformers in between, because again, I mean, I don't want to blow my base up. So when the biofuel ran out, I actually ran out of saplings. I started using regular fuel, and that ran out. And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck no more. I know that I can make solid fueled fireboxes, and that would probably be better, especially considering I have all that charcoal, but I don't know, man. Yeah. That's all I got. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, and then like the biofuel was essentially like, this was exporting compost, or I'm sorry, fertilizer. This was, I actually have a nice set of oak saplings now. This was setting out saplings, and then like this thing was actually pumping saplings from my tree farm, which again I'll show you later on, and that's why that's there. And then these redstones would then pump it from the chests. It would go through these filters of sorts, and I'm sure there's a better way to do it. This is like my first array in Feed the Beast. Leave me alone, guys. So yeah, and then in turn, whatever was left over wasn't used in the machine. It would use this gold pipe to kind of go back through this filter, and that would send the fertilizer over here, and then the plant balls, which I was using at one point as well, and the saplings back in here. So that way, there's just not as much going around and around and around like that. And then that was being pumped into this fermenter. And then the fermenter was taking the biomass into the stills, and the stills were turning it into biofuel. And this was industrial steam engines, and then that was being powered by the steam this thing was generating. So the thing was like self-sufficient. It was ultimately powering itself. But the problem is, you run out of this, and you run out of this, and then you run out of that, and then it won't power the machines anymore. So then if it won't power the machines anymore, you ain't got no biomass, and then you ain't got no biofuel, and then you ain't got no steam. So yeah, I mean, this thing stops. It's a dead stop unless you want to switch out the engines for like a Stirling engine or something, which I was thinking about, and then I got lazy. So speaking of Zycraft, I went nuts on the tanks. I got my lava here. Lava. Oh my god, I love lava. I love it so much. It's being pumped from the nether. And I'm not going to go over there, so don't even bother asking. And then this thing is... let me try that again. This was from an oil field that I found, and I think about it dried up. Or the engine ran out of fuel, which probably is more likely. And that, of course, was being pumped into the refinery, which is then in turn being... And I know there's got to be a more efficient way of doing this. I just ran out of le fucks to give, is what happened. So, creosote, don't ask me why I kept it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Originally, I kidnapped 2 villages of all their villagers because I got sick and tired of them dying from zombies. Because the server's on hard, so zombies break doors. So I had them originally here, and then I kind of felt like they were getting cramped. So I decided to make a deterrent camp, or internment camp, I should say. And then that is all these villagers in kind of like a faux village. Look at a nice little view over here. I showed this on Twitter. That came from freaking slimes, by the way. I had this perfect, and the slimes ruined it. They keep spawning down here. Which, if you haven't noticed, I'm at like bedrock level practically. So yeah, white inverted lamps on marble with grass that I got with my portal. No, actually, I'm sorry. That's wrong. I grabbed the grass with my drill. You got it down here. This is a modified version of the church. I just kind of used brick instead of cobble. Not really that well modified. But yeah, you got all your houses, and these guys are pretty funny. Even if it becomes nighttime, they still kind of run into the house, as you see, freaking out. Every now and then I do trades with these guys, but for the most part, I just want them to not be so lonely. So over here, I got glass columns, don't ask. It didn't pan out as well as I hoped. But this is my thong craft room with my infernal furnace that I never finished, primarily because I never got a freaking wand that was more than 50 to do this, and I think it's like 100 to start this thing up. I'm like, you know what, I don't care. I did work on it quite a bit. I got like the theory of everything, and I just got lazy. And after I got that, I was like, you know what? I'm wasting so much mats, and it's like I don't care anymore. So yeah, so that's pretty much that section. We'll go ahead and head up one level. Here's my tree farm. It's not very special. Actually, it really isn't that special. It's just a coal cart or charcoal engine with the diamond drills with just tons of freaking chests, just chests everywhere, and that's collecting all the wood. And sometimes when I log in, this thing is completely like full of wood, and it's just got to go around for hours chopping the shit. It's kind of fun to watch sometimes because this little guy's like, oh god, so much work, it's amazing. Anyway, so over here I got my farm. Oh, you know what? Before I show you that, I gotta show you what's powering my farms. I never freaking showed you that because I was just like, let me show the beginning, and then I never showed the middle. Yeah, professional Let's Playing at its best. So these industrial steam engines were being powered by the steam that was being presented by the boiler, which was over there. And then from there, it was pumping through all these pipes with the 3 different things, and that's pumping all the engines over there, as well as my quarry, which is being powered by that thing being on top of that. And then there is another redstone cell over here, which in turn was powering these magma crucibles. And these magma crucibles were originally being powered by the cobble assigned by Macquarie, and then I said, you know what, that's too inefficient, I'm gonna make me some igneous extruders. And it's been pumping cobble into these things ever since. Now, when I had steam, this thing ran like a dream. I mean, there was just, these things were going full force, and I had lava out the wazoo. Now that there's no steam, there's no power. But yeah, so what happened is that it would pump the lava into that tesseract, which is in turn at that lava tank that I showed you earlier, so that it was getting lava from 2 areas, essentially. And then that lava was coming from, or going to, I should say, these guys. Yay! Magmatic engines being powered by lava, which is powering the farms. Which is giving me wheat and seeds, and I just cleaned it out, and that was pretty much the end result. I actually had to fill that thing up and just junk the rest, and then gave me too many seeds. And then the lava, as you see, is going up. So then, when you come up here, yeah, this was nuts, by the way. This took a while. But yeah, this is my melon/pumpkin farm, and originally I had the farm itself going, but I turned it off because it was killing the dirt and turning it into sand, and well, I didn't really need sand, so I'm like, what if I just shut this off and let the freaking harvester keep going? And sure enough, it ran like a dream after that, so that's all it is just the harvester kicking some ass. Let's see if I can see that. No? You don't want to do that for me? Oh, there he goes! Yeah! Yeah, and then the green inverted lamps is just ultimately making sure the stuff grows. And don't ask me, I had just too many pumpkins, so I'm like, I'm gonna paint the whole room with pumpkins! Yay! Yay! So yeah. And by the way, I'm not drunk. I am just high on life right now. So yeah, here's the piggies. Killed a lot of those guys. Chickens. It's gonna die now! Oh, I killed a pig. Oh no! I can't reproduce them anymore. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm abandoning you guys anyway. But yeah, there's the chickens. Yeah. I don't know why I put that there. I think I just wanted it for symmetry because ultimately I just break the eggs. And then I had the cows over here, so. And then here, this is probably my favorite invention. This is the House of Prick. I don't know if you could see that. The House of Prick is brought to you by Folgers. No, anyway. So essentially, it's just a really generic, probably, shut your mouth, zombie. It's probably just the generic cactus farm, which just, you know, it pumps out, goes into these water streams, and then these obsidian pipes pick it up after the water stream is carried over, and then it kind of goes over here. This thing actually was recently full, and I cleaned it up, so... Where's that zombie at? Oh. It's probably in the frickin' mine shaft that's over here. Let's see if I can find him real quick. I'm gonna kick his ass. Yeah, let's kick his ass. I'm gonna give me some zombie. I want a piece of zombie. Come on. Not Rob Zombie, though. He cheats. Rob Zombie is a cheater. He's over here, isn't he? So, I can sense it. I can sense... Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my senses are... Oh my god, maybe he's over here. Yeah, maybe... Yeah. Hello, Mr. Zombie! Shut your mouth! Shut your mouth! There we go. You interrupted me when I'm recording a video! God. Alright, anyway. Now that interruption is over. That was iron. Oh, I missed that? Really? Wow. Fail on my part. Anyway. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything, actually. Not very impressive, right, guys? Oh, well, I guess enchantment table. Yeah. Books. Lots of books. And then another. Don't expect me to go in there, because I really just don't. I don't want to do it. There really is nothing special in there. I'm serious, actually. You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it, just to show you how non-special it really is. So we'll transform in here. Watch, this is in a moment I'm gonna die. Oh my god! I freaking knew it! I knew it! And I just lagged out. I probably died. I'm probably dead. Anyway, alright, well, we're gonna end the video with this. But that's pretty much everything, guys. So, hope you enjoyed my base. I actually will be probably working on a new one. I'm using Feed the Beast Unleashed now, which is 1.5.2. So, anywho, guys, until the next time, have a blast.